And then you can stand up, make any adjustments. Now, imagine if that were like your breast there.
Right.
Doesn't look half bad. Feminism's all the rage today, and the latest affront to them is manspreading. As a matter of fact, it's so offensive that it was just banned in Madrid in their proposals to ban it across other areas of Europe and here in the United States.
Oh, you know what manspreading is?
No, tell us.
Manspreading.
Manspreading?
Manspreading. Impolite sitting posture that some men see as their natural right.
A guy spreads his legs.
Yeah.
Takes up too much room.
I don't want my balls sticking to my
A
legs.
sleazy type of guy that sits there like this.
It's just really discourteous.
But what if we have it all wrong when it comes to manspreading? What if all this man-focused guilt is misplaced by the feminists, the activists, the lecturers, and legislators?
Once misconstrued as a sociological symptom of patriarchy, recent medical research reveals that the practice of manspreading is in fact the result of biological cofactors. The reproduction organ portion of the male anatomy is incredibly sensitive. If a man sits down in the improper position, the thighs create immense pressure on the scrotum, testicles, glands, penis, creating immense neurological discomfort. Though not as severe, so often ignored, the chef's not a fan of it either.
In this social experiment, we'll see what women think, using our homemade apparatus. It's prickly. Are you familiar with the term manspreading?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Manspreading.
Yeah, you ever hear of that?
No.
No.
Do you manspread?
Try not to.
You're manspreading right now.
I am not.
Just made it up.
You got some nerve on you, sweater vest.
No.
Would you consider yourself a feminist?
I think everyone should be. No.
You don't manspread?
No.
What about your balls, though, when you don't spread a little bit?
Just takes up a lot of room. Like, more than like a 45-degree angle is too much.
It's not okay to make other people feel dramatically uncomfortable.
Sure, but what if a guy is in, like, I'd be a little bit in your space.
I don't know, I'd be a little uncomfortable.
I have a benefit just by being born male.
You mean like privilege?
Sure, exactly. Now, that's not to say that there are times when I don't have that same privilege.
So you've heard about walking a mile in someone else's shoes?
Yes.
Well, do you care to put that to the test, the scientific test? Will you walk a mile in our undergarments?
Sure.
Not even a pause. For those wondering, this is the device in question. It is your run-of-the-mill jockstrap. We filled it with some soft dog toys, some Kong balls, and since you can't really recreate the discomfort of actually squeezing an organ, there are some zip ties here just to create slight discomfort when they close their legs. Nowhere near what we feel, mind you, but walk a mile in our dick. I don't know if you noticed this right now, but you're already in my space.
Really? I'm sorry.
Is that how you usually sit?
No.
What? It changed your whole stance.
I feel a little more comfortable to open my legs now.
I get why men sit like this.
Yeah?
I'm not shocked by it.
I feel the need to.
Is it uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Why?
If I actually had this.
You wouldn't do that?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, sit how it's comfortable for you. Find your comfort. Look at this!
It's a little uncomfortable.
Now, imagine if that were like your breast there.
Right. Okay, I definitely get it.
You definitely get it? You're making me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
Look at this!
Yeah, it's a lot more inconvenient than I would have imagined it would be.
Yeah. Could we call this maybe an example of female privilege?
Yeah. Maybe a little abuse of privilege.
Abuse of privilege. Could you maybe see why a lot of young men are pretty upset because they feel as though they're being guilted for something they have no control over?
I could definitely see that.
Yes. I see that. I totally see that.
I don't think women should have more privileges than men, or, definitely shut them out just because of y'all organs.
A lot of the arguments are about people trying to regulate women and how they control their bodies, and this is kind of the same way, except like flipped over for men.
So what did we learn in all of this? Well, namely that the feminists you read about online are very different from actual women you'll meet in real life. And it turns out that if you sit down and talk with people, you can actually get them to see your point of view, especially if you're assisted by an incredibly low-budget, unbelievably uncomfortable contraption that mimics the male genitalia. It seems that everybody, once they had it explained to them, at least had a better understanding, and we could find some common ground. Unless you're this guy.
There,
That
that's like the gray
hurts
area
my
where I'm
balls a
like,
lot.
You gotta wear more comfortable pants.
Or maybe you need to get bigger balls.
I hope I've instilled in you today a valuable lesson. To learn more such valuable lessons outside of the realm of social justice warriorism, which is, of course, not constrained by the bounds of science or scientific theory, subscribe to this channel, and you will be more educated for it.